My name's Gkiougki. I'm Greek. I come from Thessaloniki. I'm the General Director for Agroecopolis NGO, which is the Hellenic network for agroecology, food sovereignty and access to land. We are the formal representatives for the food sovereignty movement and the community-supported agriculture movements in Greece. I'm part of the Urgency kernel, Urgency being the global network for community-supported agriculture, and I'm part of the European CSA research group. Well, today, in the first part of the day, we did hear a lot about the problems we are facing, the different kinds of crises that are happening in Europe and outside. And we did hear a few people talking about various types of solutions. To my mind, of course, we need to talk about the crisis first and then see what kind of solutions we can find. So, of course, there's all kinds of crises. For me, it's a humanitarian crisis at the top. We've got a cultural crisis, we've got an ethical crisis, we've got an economic crisis. But the economic crisis is, according to myself, it's at the very bottom, because it's an outcome of all the other crises that come before that. Now, how do you combat all that? I think that, first of all, and especially talking about Greece, I think the biggest thing is that we need to create communities, and we need to create all kinds of communities, which is why, as we are in a rural sustainability gathering, this is the reason why I think that community-supported agriculture, CSA, is a solution, because to me, CSA, community-supported agriculture, has one foot on the food sovereignty movement and the other on solidarity economy. And this is very important. There's not many practical things that you can say are touching on both sides. And this is why it's so important, because we need to gain back control over our food and who produces it and how and where and under what conditions. And we need to make sure that all this is happening in a fair way, fair to the consumer, fair to the producer, fair to the environment. So community-supported agriculture, to me, is like the Trojan horse that can actually bring about the kind of change that we want and to the level that we want it to happen. So let's talk a little bit about what community-supported agriculture is. And I think this is a very important question, especially as we are in Greece, because in Greece we have a lot of initiatives that resemble more to a box scheme than community-supported agriculture, and there's a bit of confusion as to which is what. I think that the basic thing that differentiates community-supported agriculture from anything else is the fact that both the consumer and the producer share the risk, the rewards and the responsibilities that come with managing a piece of land and producing food for a group of people. And this is something that doesn't happen in any other form, whether it's a box scheme or a no intermediaries market, or farmers market as they call them in the rest of Europe. So the biggest thing for me is the word community, because we do operate as a community, as we are one. It's our piece of land, it's producing our food. I don't have a monetary relationship with a producer. I have no idea how much a kilo of carrots would cost me, because that's not the way I deal with my piece of land and my farmer. My farmer is part of my community, and he's the person that is in charge for producing the food for the community. And I might be in charge for, I don't know, communicating the events of our group to the rest of the group. So everybody can take up a role and we can all learn from each other. And I think the most important thing is the word together. We're all together in this. It's not a business, it's a community. This is the basic difference, and the fact that we are sharing risks, rewards and responsibilities. And of course it's a long-term thing. You can't do all that kind of thing without having a long-term perspective, which is why very often when I talk to people about that, I like to say that, well, what I like doing is marrying producers and consumers together, and I'm using the word marriage because marriage comes with responsibilities. So being part of a CSA, whether you're a producer or a consumer, comes with responsibilities, and that's the great thing about it.